All right, what's going on, guys? I said I was not going to do another video about this Caitlin Clark situation, but it needs to be addressed. Um, I want y'all to take a picture of, watch this overlay right here. Now, that's Caitlin Clark. She was asked yesterday, prior to the Liberty game, is she having fun? She said all she want to do is have fun. This is her childhood dream. Since she grown up, that does not look like a young lady that is having fun. It's not. I get it. She's a rookie. Rookie gets treatments, but not to the level that she's getting. And I hate to say it because I just watched a video of a young man. I follow Shannon. He talked about it, and he really pointed to a lot of things that's in the WNBA that we all scared to touch on, and I really don't care. And I'm gonna say what I have to say. The WNBA has a problem, and if you're going to change the league for the better, you have to protect your star player. Even Matt Barnes said it. Even Austin Rivers said it. Even Shannon Sharpe said it. You have to protect your players. Now, people keep trying to rationalize the video that's been circulating between Kennedy Carter and Caitlin Clark. And I I get tired of people taking bits and pieces of it, because if you didn't really watch the game, you clearly did not see the whole thing that transpired from one end of the court to the other. They taking what Kennedy Clark did to Caitlin, then they moving it forward, moving it forward to where they was battling under the board. Now the same thing that Alyssa Thomas did to Angel Reese a week ago, and they was going up for rebound, and she hooked her. That's the same thing. And guess what they say? Well, they upgraded to a flagrant foul because she hooked her and threw her down. You know, they say, well, they say Caitlin Clark should have been had a flagrant foul or had a foul because her and Kennedy Clark was battling for the rebound, but her hand flared and her elbow hit her in the face. That's an intention. That's an intentional foul. It's not mean to be intentional. We see that in the NBA all the time. Guys throw elbows. I've seen it a couple of times in the WNBA. It's unintentional because you battling under the board. And then they try to say, well, okay, Caitlin Clark was talking shit. She was talking shit. Shit talk is always in the game. Hell, people shit talk Kobe. People shit talk Mike. Hell, we just watched the last series with Anthony Edwards and Luka going at it. They was talking shit. Luka was talking shit to them. You can't handle shit talk. I mean, Caitlin Clark talks shit. That's her game. She likes to talk shit. But it doesn't warrant her to get beat up game after game after game after game after game. And I don't want to hear the comparison, oh, well, Angel Reese is getting the same treatment. No, she's fucking not. She's not getting that same treatment. I don't watch games all season, and I don't see Cameron Brink is not getting that treatment. You know what I'm saying? Rika Jackson is not getting that treatment. Spare me of that. Yeah, the WNBA has had a history of physical play throughout the years. But we in a new time, in a new era, they not going to allow that because money is on the table. Caitlin Clark is the money on the table. And yeah, there is a lot of jealousy because people think she's going to come in there and say she's going to dominate the league. She never said that. she done got all of these deals from Nike, being in Gatorade commercials, and Wilson she partnered with Wilson, the sponsorship that sponsored the WNBA. You think Wilson is going to allow Caitlin Clark to get allow Caitlin Clark to get that kind of continue to get that treatment while saying something to the league and say, hey, look, she's our front runner. We need to protect her. We need to do better by her. You know what I'm saying? Because there's only one person that ever had that Wilson deal down, and that was Michael Jordan. Nobody else. And they feel like, and I hate to say it, it's a lot of black women in the league, a lot of gay black women in the league that's jealous and feel like they didn't get the opportunity. Nobody's saying that y'all not great players. Times has changed. And NIL in college has changed these athletes to be way bigger than y'all are. They name, image, and likeness means something. And if you are a star player in college and you that shit in college, they getting behind that because they know you supposed to come in the league and have some level of success so they could continue to promote you. That's what it is. And the WNBA right now is not doing a really good job of that because they allowing these women to spew their jealousy, their hatred over Caitlin Clark, and it's getting out of hand. And I'm about to show you the image, the exact footage where I'm talking about how it all transpired. Then I'm gonna break it down again to you.
1 for 2 at the line. Carter had it deflected by Clark, who comes up with a steal. Here's Clark. Clark using the Boston screen. Carter got over it. Bump from behind, and Indiana able to retain possession. Boston, mid-range fake, the pull-up, short, the follow, no. Another chance, won't go for Boston. Loose ball, this time it's good. Aaliyah Boston flips it in after the deflection from Clark.
Aaliyah Boston has 7 points and is 3 of 10 from the floor, and she's played an outstanding game so far.
She has been terrific. Mabry doubled off to Carter. Her jumper is good. Kennedy Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And big time contact afterwards.
All right. Now, you've seen that whole play from end to end. And this is where I tell people, you got to watch the whole thing. Don't take bits and pieces. Caitlin Clark got a steal off of Kennedy Carter. Went down the court. Kennedy Carter matched up on her. Now, Leah Boston's job was to throw a pick. She threw a half-ass pick because the pick was supposed to get Caitlin free all the way around. And Aaliyah Boston was supposed to drag off that screen and get the ball back, because that's how they run their play. Football, usually when she come around, she passes to Boston. She didn't do that. Aaliyah Boston half-ass pick, you know what I'm saying? And Kennedy Carter was able to get around it and continue to trail Caitlin Clark. Then when Caitlin Clark was trying to get in position, Kennedy Clark bumped her from behind by trying to steal the ball, but she didn't try to steal it from a different angle. She ran into her because the announcer said, "Oh, bump from behind," and Caitlin Clark lost the ball momentarily. Then Wheeler got the ball. Then they drove down and passed it to Aaliyah Boston. Then Aaliyah Boston faked up, went there. You saw Caitlin Clark went under the basket for the rebound. You know what I'm saying? Kennedy Clark was behind her on an angle. So Kennedy Clark was over her. They still was battling. Caitlin Clark elbow inadvertently hit her in the face. They was going for fighting for the ball. Then apparently Caitlin Clark turned around, I guess because Kennedy Clark was all over her back and said something to her. So I guess Kennedy Clark took it to heart because Caitlin Clark trash talked her. You know what I'm saying? And then went down there and hip check her the next play. Now people gonna say, well, Clark hit her in the face and then trash talk her. Okay, but it was inadvertently. But that still does not warrant you as a player to go down and be pissed off and then hit check her from a blind side that could have gave her neck whiplash or injured her, or she could have hurt her knee or whatever the case might be. Kennedy Carter got her 5 minutes of fame and she talked all this trash. She was like, oh, well, she was all on social media. The media was trying to talk to her. She didn't want to answer no question. Her coach shut it down. Then she get on social media, start posting all of this stuff, talking about she ride for her dogs and all of this stuff. But see, the thing about it is, Kennedy Clark don't realize that Caitlin Clark had, and the first thing she said, well, what do she bring into the game? You know what I'm saying? What she bring in the game besides shooting threes? Okay, well, Kennedy, she's the first player. She's the second player since Sabrina Ionescu to have 150 points or more, 50 assists, and 50 assists and 50 rebounds in a season in the first 10 games. Rather speaking, in the first 10 games, you haven't done that. Matter of fact, let's see what you have done in your career. Let's see what you have done. Oh, let's see. Well, you're 25 years old. You nickname yourself Hollywood. Declared for the NBA draft early in 2020. You was able to declare as you was 22. Then you got drafted in the first round, 4th pick overall, the same draft that Sabrina Ionescu got drafted number 1. Okay, so you had a chip on your shoulder because I guess you felt like you should have been number 1. Well, apparently not. Then you got drafted by the Atlanta Dream. In 2021, you got terminated from the Atlanta Dream after threatening your own teammate to beat her up. You know what I'm saying? Conduct detrimental to the team. Then you was picked up by the LA Sparks in 2022 and then was waived mid-season for poor conduct. So you got poor behavior. You have an attitude problem. Let's continue. Then you played in Turkey in the 2023 and then signed with Chicago Sky. And then the assault on Caitlin Clark. So apparently no team wanted you after that. The Chicago Sky, they was drafting players. If they had players on their team, you probably still wouldn't have been on the team. You probably still wouldn't have been in the WNBA right now. So you lucky that you in the WNBA. Matter of fact, just to be told, I think you signed a 1-year deal with the Chicago Sky. You probably won't even be on the team after the season. So you sitting there talking trash about Caitlin Clark, but let me explain something to you. What Caitlin Clark has brought to the game that failingly a league that needed a lot of help, and they subsidized backup because of the NBA helps fund them. She brought tension because she has a greater fan base than yours that follow her through college. I saw somebody post on X yesterday that showing your little college career, saying, "Oh, you was nice." Okay, you was nice, but you have a nasty behavior, and guess what? That doesn't get you far in life, and that's not going to get you far in the league, as it has showed in your career. You have been kicked out and not being wanted. So now you come in there with the same mentality in there because you can't trash talk properly. You want to go after a player. And for people that pull up Caitlin Clark in college where she pushed a young lady, you know what I'm saying? She did it in her face. She didn't do it behind her back. That's the difference. But it still don't make it right. But Caitlin Clark, I'm sure she grown from that. You know what I'm saying? People always want to dig up past shit just to have a point to be taken. But anyway, like I said, Caitlin Clark has brought notoriety to the game. And I haven't even touched on Angel Reese yet because they're trying to say Caitlin Clark wouldn't have been irrelevant without Angel Reese. But let me explain something to you. She's the NCAA leading scorer, all-time leading scorer. I think she would have been relevant without Angel Reese at any given point in time. Yeah, Angel Reese has a championship over her. But if you say, hey, I beat her. Because the fact that matter when Angel Reese and don't play Saturday, ESPN made sure they was talking to her, and she act like she loved Caitlin Clark. Or I'm happy for all that. No, you have jealousy. A pretty young lady with deep hatred in her heart. You know what I'm saying? Then you talk about you want young ladies to grow up and idolize you. I have 2 daughters, and my daughters do not act like that. I have a daughter that's about to be 16 and one that's about to be 20. And they hold themselves in a better light than you do. I would never let my daughters imitate a young lady like you, because you show what you're about, because you're on stage twerking with Megan Stallion, looking at your tongue, posters. No young lady want to be like that. If you look at the Kay Martins, the Sabrina Ionescu's, the Caitlin Clarks, even the Bethina, the young lady that played for the New York Liberty, she's married and she holds herself in a decent regard. She just plays ball. You know what I'm saying? They ain't out there making a mockery of the game. But see, the league is almost a certain percentage of gays, and they feel some type of way. But if somebody's bringing notoriety to your game, why not embrace that person, regardless if they straight or gay or whatever the case may be? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sabrina Ionescu had a they was talking like yesterday, said that she had a issue. She dealt with the same thing, but it's never at this level. People can say what they want to say. This girl is literally being targeted game after game after game. And then come to find out yesterday, the WNBA had made an announcement, said, oh, well, they upgrade Kennedy Carter's to a flagrant foul because the referee missed the call. So they came out and said, Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky has been fined for violating league media policy because she didn't want to talk to the media because, they was going to ask her about the thing. So she was fined $1,000, I guess. And then the Chicago Sky was fined, organization was fined $5,000 for not talking, for failing to ensure that all players are compliant with the WNBA media policy. So, in all of that impact, now we already know this is going to be a hot topic on Monday, today, rather, on these sports shows. And they're going to show it over and over again. And at some point in time, the WNBA going to have to stand up and say, you know what, hey, we're going to have to make some changes. And I'm sure changes will be coming because like a lot of us has talked about in the last couple of days, the NBA is going to lose money if Caitlin Clark is not in the league. People could say what they want. She need to toughen up. It's a basketball move, all of that stuff. I don't care about that. And then for Angel Reese to celebrate that shows how classless she is. Because people are going to say, well, where's the outcry for Angel Reese when she got taken down? You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't pick and choose when it is, because if Caitlin Clark was black and a white person had did that to her, the first thing every black person would have yelled was racism. They would immediately went to the media and start crying racism. Or something need to be done. Something need to be done immediately. But all Caitlin Clark is doing, going to the media, saying all the right things. And it's like y'all trying to run her out of the league. You're trying to show her or teach her a lesson. But all she does is continue to play on a schedule that's 11 out of 20 days, 11 games out of 20 days. No rest, no playing 2 back-to-backs, still trying to come out there and perform. And out of spite all of it, Kennedy Carter, she still leads all rookies and all rookies for the leading candidate for Rookie of the Year. But she comes out and play. I don't care what nobody say about her teammates. I don't think two of her teammates like her, and that's Wheeler and Mitchell. I'm still trying to figure out Lasia Smith, her role in this. But you could tell they be smirking and laughing, and they think it's funny. But the WNBA, you have a serious problem on your hand that you really need to clean up. Because see, Chrissy Sides finally stepped her tail up and said something. And she said that this is unacceptable. We will consistent complaint. When will the consistent complaints be heard? Something has to be done. And she said they have sent complaints up to the league to be reviewed and looked at. And I guarantee you, they had to change that, because the thing about it is that even the owner came out, said that there's a difference between tough defense and unnecessary targeting actions. It's needed to be stopped. The league needs to clean up this crap. That's not how the league is. That's not how the league is. And Caitlin Clark has been getting a foul a lot and not really getting a call. And then what the game that they lost against LA, she went for 30, and she was 15 for something from the line, and went to the line. And they figured, oh, you know what? Hey, we're not gonna allow her to get to the line like that. We're not gonna make calls. And there got to be some level of accountability held, because this is nonsense. This is not how you play basketball. You know what I'm saying? People could say what they want to say, but you could tell blatantly that there is some disdain for Caitlin Clark, and it's evident. You're seeing it. I don't care about this. This draft, Rika Jackson don't act like that. The girl from Minnesota, she don't act like that. Cameron Brink don't act like that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got Camila Condoza over there that just got back, and she's in that mixed mess over there with Angel Reese. And I hate to say it, Angel Reese is messy. She's very messy. And I hate to say it, Camila Condoza is gonna see it. She's fitting in right now, but I just feel like at the end of the day, it's gonna be a fallout between them two. Because I think Camila Condoza is going to get more playing time than Angel Reese, and she's going to feel some type of way. She's going to feel some type of way. Watch what I tell you. But see, I guess Angel Reese was banking on her team winning the game, so that she could talk her trash. See, they wanted to talk trash about Caitlin if they beat them, but they couldn't. They ain't had nothing. And that goes to show. That's why I say I was glad that the Indiana Fever won that game, and not have anything to be coming back on Caitlin Clark from that camp, from Angel Reese and all of them. Because they would have been talking their trash in that media, talking mad cash trash. You know what I'm saying? And one thing Caitlin Clark, she going to learn, and I think she's learning. And she's very smart. She's not a dumb chick. She knows what's going on, and she's playing it to her advantage. Because if Caitlin Clark came out today and told the WNBA, just like Magic did when he got with the Lakers, all things she gonna say, look, after this season, something needs to be changed. If nothing don't change in the offseason with the players and getting players that I can play with, or that's going to have my back, even coaching wise, I'm not coming back. I guarantee you this: the league would not allow Caitlin Clark to lead the league, because they're going to do everything they can. This girl is literally the face of the league right now. I get it that there's other talent that came out that draft, but they not Caitlin Clark. You know what I'm saying? And I see the jealousy. I see the disdain for her because she's white. They try to say, well, it's not a race thing. Yeah, it is. It is. They might not just saying it the way you think they were saying it because they're doing it all politically correct, but it is. You can't you can't sit here and tell me that this girl literally look happy right now. She's not. She's not having fun. Basketball is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to be able to enjoy the game that you grew up and wanted to play all your life. You can't come in there and play the game if somebody you being bullied around, and it's blatantly bullying to a certain extent because there ain't nobody came into the league, got that much attention, and to make sure, oh, let's rough her up. Don't let her don't let her get going. Don't let her do this. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is that they petty. They being petty instead of, because what's going to happen is that the league is going to end up being not good again, and you're going to have talent out there that's not just going to be talent. They're not going to get the recognition because there's too much jealousy. And somebody say that women is too catty. They don't know how to get along with each other. There's always a level of jealousy with women, and which is true. You know what I'm saying? Even women that don't even play the sport, they act like that. Instead of embrace the young lady and say, hey, I got your back. You know, I'm a fan of yours. You know, talk highly about her. I ain't saying y'all got to kiss her ass or whatever the case might be. But show her, hey, y'all accepted her into the league. Make her feel comfortable, but still go out there and compete against her. You know what I'm saying? One thing Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant have done through adversity, you show them that you can't be beat. And I feel like if Caitlin Clark get her groove the way she needs to get her groove and show them that they can't beat her, they can't say nothing. So that's just my take on it. And all, I don't want to dig too deep, or with the, so much, but it has to be said because the WNBA is allowing all of this to go on, and it's going to hurt the league, and it's going to turn fans off because a lot of these fans, new or old, they want to watch great basketball. They want to watch rivalries. They want to watch story headlines. They don't want to watch a Bush league where you targeting just one player constantly. You know what I'm saying? Because the fact of the matter is, if Angel Reese was like that in college, you're a great rebounder, but you really don't have a good shot. You know what I'm saying? You don't do the half of the things that Caitlin Clark can. You know what I'm saying? You don't do the stuff that Paige Beckers can. You don't do the stuff that Juju Watkins does. So you ain't that top tier talent like that. You're a talent, but you ain't top tier, because if you was top tier, you would have been the number one pick. But see, the thing about it is, the league wants to push this narrative of putting a black person the face of the league instead of a white person. Can't do that. You can't do that. Because in baseball, guess who's the face of the league in baseball? Shohei Ohtani. In basketball right now, who's the face of the league? Joker. It's probably going to be Luka Doncic. Then look in football, who's the face of the league now? Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? Who was the face of the league after that? Tom Brady. So let's not try to paint the WNBA as some we have to have this color, the face of the league. We don't want this because we entitled. Hell no, y'all not entitled. What makes y'all entitled if y'all coming together as a group and support each other, like y'all so quote unquote supposed to be saying that y'all support women? That what makes y'all more together and put more spotlight on y'all because they show togetherness. You can look at these women, they try to act like guys on the court, they try to act hard, they got a bunch of tattoos on their legs and everything. That's not attractive. Women's sports are supposed to be attractive. You know what I'm saying? Not creepy for some men out there, but I'm saying it's supposed to be attractive. But at the same time, there's so much bitterness and hatred goes on into the WNBA, and that's why y'all been in this position for years. And don't come out here and say that, oh, well, they was talking about charter flights. Okay. And then half of y'all not even selling out stadiums. Y'all selling out arenas. Yes, I have did my homework on it. Y'all ain't selling out stadiums. Y'all selling out arenas that's only hold about probably 10, 9 to 4,000 plus or more. Y'all not selling out a NBA stadium. So with that being said, like I said, that's it for me. I'm not going to talk about this anymore, but it's just go. Oh, before I go, I do want to play one more thing because I do want to let y'all hear what Shannon Sharpe don't have to say.
Well, if that's how you felt, you should have said that last night.
Right.
Remember, 3 people to tell you the truth. Drunk, kids, and angry people. You couldn't hold it anymore.
It happened to me. We were playing the Atlanta Falcons. The ball wasn't even coming to me, but they were setting the tone. Safety came down, man smacked the hell out of me just to set the tone for the game.
All I'm saying, what she tweeted, she could have said that in the media session.
Yeah.
If you're going to stand on business, stand on that. You got your dog, you got your girls, you ride for them girls, say that. Why do you wait till you get on social media? You see how that courage is, Ocho? See, when you behind that screen, as opposed to having to face the music. Ocho.
Yeah.
For 1,000.
Yes, sir.
In the next game, the Sky Play, what is the first 2 questions do you think they asked Shannon Carter?
About the hip check?
Do you feel that the only thing that Caitlin Clark brings to the WNBA is 3-point shooting?
I'll leave that right there. Until then, peace up.